Sorry, someone online had a question. You can ask me now before we start. I think it was Udit that you were asking something.
Yeah. So,
Yes, Udit, tell me.
so the data set which you shared,
Mm-hmm.
so I was thinking to start working on that. So
Mm-hmm.
is that okay that the username and the password that we are using for the classwork, we can use the
Mm-hmm.
same one, or we'll have to use
For
the
the research
different
project,
one?
you mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can, and you have to use the same one. Only for hackathon, it's going to be different. So for hackathon, you'll be
Okay,
given a
okay.
different username and password. Yeah, but research project, you can
Okay.
just keep it in your folder and start working on it.
Okay, we can start working on it, as of now, we can start working on that.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay, thank
All
you,
right.
sir.
Yep, no problem. That's right.
So,
Hmm.
can we leave the class at 5:30 today if possible?
Yeah, we'll finish even before that. 5:20.
Yeah, 5:30 is the registration link for the Sri Lanka class.
No, no. So our class is from 1:30 to 4:30
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
If you want, I can leave at 5:20. All right, shall we get started, everyone? Yep. Who did this curtains? It's okay, it's okay. No, I was wondering why.
Very bad.
Okay, shall we continue? Is everyone back and ready with their models? I'll be giving you a task next, which you should not take more than 5-10 minutes. And then we move on to the next part. Okay, so what you have to do now is, let me give you a quick summary of what has been done so far. If you go to the flow, nothing has changed. Okay. There was Titanic data, you have your prepared data, you split it into train and test, which means whatever drama we have done so far from AI modeling point of view has not reflected in our journey so far. Okay. So there is still enough time to select and then bring it back in our journey. So whatever journey we are taking is there in the visual ML. And that's my model, which is survive model. And this is where I was. Okay. Now, your task is, now there are two categories of people here. One set of students have made that variable, which was age category. Okay. For those who have done it, your task will be, you go to the design, you switch off age as an original variable and bring in age category as a new variable and rerun the model. Okay. And tell me if anything in the accuracy changes, anything in the feature importance changes. Okay. For those who don't have that age category, your job will be, go to the design, switch off embarked. Right now, embarked is switched on. Switch off embark, run it again, and check if it made any difference in your accuracy. Remember, you need to rename the trial as trial 2 when you run it. Don't override trial 1. So whatever changes you make in the design, when you run it, make sure that you name it as trial 2. So you should be able to see trial 1. You should be able to see trial 2. For those who have done age categories, you're switching off age and you're bringing in the new variable and running it again. For those who have not, you are only switching off embarked and then rerunning the whole model with everything else the same. And then which one? With age category, did it improve or became worse? Okay. Oh, it changed that much. 0.008. Minus 2 points. Wow. And it improved with age category. See, embark also improved. Nice. Okay. And age category also improved. Okay. Nice. So which is 84% accuracy. See, this is how analysts think, and this is how you sorry. With what changes between age group and embark off or age group with embark on? Embark on. Okay, good. Nice, nice. See, this is for improving, right? So you did some step, you rerun the model, you see whether it has improved or not. Those who did age category, I'm interested to know what was the, did you check the coefficient? Yeah, so let me show you what the current coefficient is. So I want you to report two things. Number one, in feature importance, age shows 15%. What does age category show? Same. Okay, so feature importance didn't change. Regression coefficient minus 2 point. Yeah, so that, and but no, it should report category wise then. No, then there is something wrong. It should be 9%. Yeah, but I'm just trying to look at. The age. Can I check your age category? Because the Thing is integer. That's why. So that's wrong analysis. So yeah. Yeah, so you can get inside logistic regression and in this one. So what you can do is once you go to the design, go back. So you go to the design and you make whatever the changes. When you run, name it as trial to itself. So it overrides on trial. Okay. Okay. It improved 0.85. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to tell that. So, guys, now one important message, everyone, please pay attention. Those who have done age category are likely making a mistake. Everyone, please pay attention because even if you haven't done, you will do age category in future. So if you have done age category and if you have given it number like 1, 2, 3, and if you do not see different categories coefficient, that means it's treating this as a numeric value, which is wrong. Age category is not numeric, right? So if you actually go back to your flow and if you check your prepared data and if you see age category, it should be string interpreted as text. That should be the correct one. If that is there, then you're good. But if it is interpreted as integer, stored as number, then that's not the correct data type. So you need to be a bit careful, make that change, rerun. Anyway, so now you can try all these experiments a bit later. So everyone, please have a look here. Let's just move on. I'll give you 2 minutes for any other experiment that you're doing, and then we'll get to something important. As far as you understand how to make changes, rerun, see trial 1, trial 2, trial 3, you are good to go. I will also do trial 2. I'll remove embarked and rerun.
So should we do trial 3 with embark if we have age category?
Why not? Why not? You can try as many trials as possible. No problem. Yes. You can try as many combinations as you want. You can rewrite on the existing trial. You can make a new trial. So in my case, I made a new trial called trial 2. Trial 1 is already there. I can see switching off embark has improved the accuracy to 84.1, which is good. Is everyone okay? Can you see some multiple trials? Are we ready to proceed? Okay, now let me show you probably the strongest feature of Data IQ. Now, this is exclusively for those who are interested in coding and who are interested or probably have a prior experience with Python. I'm just showing you, you need not do it, or you can also see if you want. So, for example, I did trial 2 and I click inside logistic regression. I'm seeing all the results. Right on top, there's an option called actions. Okay. And there is this first option which says export to Jupyter Notebook. And this is perhaps the most attractive feature. So I can give a name for the notebook, and the moment I press create, whatever you have done in Data IQ visually, it has converted that into Python code. And now if you want to develop an app or a website or whatever, the entire code, you look at the code, whatever you did, data preparation, modeling, the train data, test data, etc., the full code has been generated at the backend. So if anyone says, oh, but in Data IQ, how do you, put that for visual setup. You take the code and you put it onto an app, you put it onto a website. You're ready to create front end as well. The entire code has been generated at the back end, and it's quite an extensive code for all what we have done. This is the Python backend. So anyone who wants to run in Python, take it on from there. They can do that. You can also include Python recipes inside your flow. So anyone who's into coding can also get into that. Now, this was an added feature. You need not use it for hackathon or the coursework. Now comes the important part where I come back to visual ML. I come back to model and I can see that trial 1 is there, trial 2 is there, trial 3 is there. You did multiple combinations, you got multiple results. And finally, you have a decision. Now, this is very, very important. You did all the trials, you looked at all the results, and you said trial 2 is what I'm satisfied with. This is what I should be going ahead with. Okay. So in that case, what you do is get inside whichever trial you want. For example, I went inside trial 2's logistic regression, and I'm here. I'm 100% confident that this is the model that I'm going to close the deal. And I'm saying this is what I'm going to use for predictions. Okay. The moment I'm satisfied with something, there is an option called deploy right on top. Okay. And what this does, it closes the deals for you. So you have done multiple trials. You understood which trial is the best. You understood within a trial which algorithm is the best, and whichever you choose. And this is a human decision. Data IQ will not come and say deploy this, deploy that. You have to look into all the trials. You have to find a decision making capability, and you need to decide this trial is the best for the prediction that I'm doing. And finally, I am ready to deploy my project. So now I click on deploy. It will once again check everything with you. It will say, was your train data set Titanic train? Was your test data set Titanic test? Check everything. And the model name is everything is good. And once you are okay, press create. And now you see that your flow has been changed. This is where finally one of the trials was taken into consideration, added to your flow. So which means both test and train are going into this, which is creating a final model, which is predicted survived. And the good part is you can go to the survived model from the flow. So if I double click on this, I can get into the place where I was. And again, I can see all the results. If you double click on this icon, which is train predict binary, you can change some settings if you want to, but I would not. So I can all go back and I have deployed my machine learning model. So this is how it should look like once you have a final model which is ready for deployment. Anyone who has not got this, please call me. All good? Yes. Doesn't matter. No, you can even move that. No, yeah, that's fine. It's not matter. It's all the city on the sides. Yeah. That's a good question. Now, you won't get it in the form of equation, in the form of formula, but those regression coefficients which were there, I can write the formula. So I can show you now. So, so if you see regression coefficient there, so my formula would be log of odd ratio of survive is minus 2.69 times gender male plus 1.3288 T class 1 minus 9.489 T class 3 minus 0.38 SIB SP minus 0.39 age minus 0.0051 pars plus 3.1123. That's how I read that equation. Yeah, so that's always considered 1. That's the base class. So you always put the value as 1, and then relative to that, the coefficients will happen. Good question. Okay, what else? What else? Let's get back to the flow. Now let's see something interesting. Now, what I want all of you to do is once your model is deployed, I want you to download another data set in week 5, which is called Unknown Titanic. And I want you to first open it in Excel. So download Unknown Titanic, open it in Excel, and tell me what what do you see as a difference between this Titanic data versus the what? There is no survived variable in this. Okay. And to be honest, and everyone pay attention here, to be honest, this is more realistic use case, right? When I have a bunch of passengers that I don't know whether they survived or not, can I use my own model to work on all these passengers and then get the prediction on whether each passenger will survive or not, right? Now, for example, bank loan data. You trained using 1,000 customers. Now you have 100 more customers who you don't know whether they will default the loan or not. Now, those 100 customers, I will take, run it through my model, and then do the actual predictions. That's why predictions are actually needed. So in this case, I don't have the survived column, and I need to use my model so that I can pass this data to my model and let the model come up with a prediction for each passenger from 892 all the way. How many passengers are there? Let's have a look. Oh, that's big enough number. Okay, I thought this was a smaller data set. Okay, so all the way till 1309, I have to do the predictions for every single passenger using my deployed model on whether each passenger here would survive or not survive. Let's do it. So let's see the step involved in that. So step 1, let's get back to data IQ. Now, inside the flow itself, you would see an option to bring in another data set, right? So inside the flow itself, if you go to data set, you will see upload your files. So let's bring in this unknown Titanic. And let's click on create. And let's go back to the flow. So you will see something. You'll see this handy data set over here, which is not related to your flow. Your flow is different. You have prepared, you have trained, you have test, and you have the model. Okay. Has everyone got this? Anyone who needs help could not import the data, please let me know. If yes, answer this question for me and listen very, very carefully. Now, I have a model which I have deployed. Okay. I also have the unknown Titanic data. If I tell you a recipe which can take this unknown Titanic data, pass it through the model and give the predictions, do you think I'm ready to do that? There is a recipe, by the way. Or do you think there could be some potential problems? I repeat, I can tell you there is one recipe in data IQ which takes your unknown data, which takes your final model and makes it pass through your model and does the prediction for you. One at a time. Yeah. That's okay. We'll still ignore. You're right. There are multiple columns which we are not using. But if those columns exist, the final model will not use them. So what's the problem?
Don't we need to prepare this data set?
Where do you think preparation will be an issue?
Like the age, for example.
100%. Now, data types are there, which we have changed. Missing value is something that we have done. Age category is something that we have done. We have already prepared the data in a certain format, right? Now, when this unknown data comes in, and there is a data mismatch. Maybe there is a column mismatch, maybe there is a data type mismatch, and then the algorithm will say, sorry, I cannot do that. If your unknown data matches your, model column, data format, etc., then I can do the prediction for you. But at this point of time, the biggest problem now you can see for those who made age category, the age category does not exist in this, right? It will immediately fail because your model has age category as one of the important variables. So we are likely heading to a failure if at this point of time I directly do the predictions. Now you would say, oh, well, but there is the other way is, okay, you repeat the data preparation. So whatever you did here, now you apply the same changes over here, which means take this, do the prepare recipe, prepare this, and the prepared format of that can go into the model. But you would say, I just wasted so much time in data preparation. And again, if I start with the prepare recipe, again, if I do this, it will be a big problem. I want you to take the next 10 minutes and figure out a smarter way to prepare this data in exactly the same format as that one without doing it from scratch. Give it a shot. You understood what you want to do, right? So I have unknown Titanic. I should have unknown Titanic prepared in exactly the same format as this one without doing things from scratch. Try. Now you should start exploring options. Done? Sure. No. So what is happening here is you have directly done the predictions, which is good. This is the one that you use for prediction, but it is not ready because this is not prepared. So you have to make unknown prepared in the format of Titanic and then do the prediction. Sorry? No. No fuzzy joins. It's a very simple thing. If you search online, search GPT, what can I do to? The only thing you're not allowed is doing things from scratch. So don't make a new prepared recipe and then. Yep. Be a bit complicated. There's even more easier way. Try. See, search, you will get. And this is how you learn the tool. It's not complicated at all. You did something. What is that? No. By the way, if you have experimented something wrong, just right click and delete everything. So you can get rid of any actions that you have done. Let's see if anyone can prepare. In fact, here is a hint. You don't need any additional recipe to do this. It is still the prepare recipe without actually doing data preparation. Yeah. Go to flow. Still hanging. Close, right? He says you can copy and paste the steps that you did earlier. That's exactly what I want you to try. Where and how is the question. 5 more minutes of you trying, then you delete everything that you have tried, and then we do it together. Thing will make it a bit complicated. Yeah, I know. Yes. No, it will copy the whole flow, but we want only the preparation to be copied. Good. I like the options that you're trying. That's how you learn the tool. Age category with copy. Nice. Let's see. Can you show me the flow first? Ah, nice. Okay. And how did you reach to here? Yeah. Okay.
And back to the flow. Prepare a recipe.
And then paste it. Very nice. Very nice. Good. Good. See how simple things could work. He literally copied and pasted the steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3 to all together, control C, control V. But there is even a shorter method to that, which is real copy and paste of the whole thing. Let's do it together. So everyone, let's do it together. First of all, if you have brought in some additional recipes, for example, if you want to just get rid of this one, you can right click on this and click on delete. So anything additional that you have gotten, just delete, 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 and get back to this flow where you have something in the flow here and you have one hanging data set over here. Okay. Now, what I would do is I will click on the original prepare recipe. Okay. This was my original prepare recipe where I have step 1, step 2, step 3, or how many ever steps you took for doing the preparations. And one method is you can literally copy and paste the steps here, and then you can copy and paste in the new prepare recipe. But even smarter way is right at the end, you will see actions. Okay. When you click on actions, there is an option called copy. Okay. Now it says, where replacement of Titanic to which one? So first of all, I would say please take unknown Titanic. Okay. So I'm saying instead of taking Titanic, you take unknown Titanic, do all the copy paste of the steps and give it unknown prep as the new name. That's it. Just make sure your input is unknown Titanic. Your output is whatever name you want to give it. And that's it. Whatever steps you have applied here will get automatically copied to the unknown prep and you can do create recipe. And that's it. See, so both the steps which were there in the recipe got copied here. And all you have to do is click on run. I don't need to change anything because all the steps literally got copied directly. And that's it. I can go back to flow and you see what happened. So now there is unknown Titanic, the same prepared recipe got copied and it resulted in unknown. That means it has not run successfully. Just refresh, go back, double click on the new prepared recipe. If you're still getting blue dotted, just go back on the new prepared recipe now and make sure you click run. Done. And once you do it, you go back to the flow. That's it. Whatever steps you did here, the same steps got copied here, and now you have a prepared form of unknown Titanic. And you see how good things are in the platform. You don't have to repeat whatever you did earlier. Imagine you have done 20 steps of data transformation. You can apply those 20 steps on any data set. No need, because now we are not training. Now all the passages which are there in unknown, we are just applying our model directly. So no more training, no more testing, it's direct prediction stage. So no need to split. Yes, you had a question. Oh God. You deleted it. It's okay. There's no, you can do that. Let's see which one. Oh, that's because you have to run. So once you click for this, you can run. So run it first. That's okay. So the view can change. Okay, now the job is not done. Everyone, please have a look. Once you have done the prepared recipe, click on the unknown prepared. Check how many rows are there. 418 is the number of rows that you should have. And now it's the time when I will use this model and I will use this data and then ask data IQ to pass all the 418 rows into my model so that I can see what the predictions are. So let's get on from there. So now I want you to click on your final model, which is that predicted survive. Click on that. Once you click on that, the options associated with that model will come up on the right hand side, and you would see an option called score. This is that recipe which takes any unknown data, makes it go through your model, and gives you all the prediction that you need. Let's click on score. And it says, what is your input data set and which is your model? Tell me two things. I will do it for you. The model is already selected. Predict survive. That's why we click. What should be the input? Unknown prep. Correct. So let's click on unknown prep. And it says, where do you want the output to be scored? Where do you want to see the predictions? I would say whatever. Prediction, you can give a name. Unknown predictions. Or you can keep the same name if you want. So make sure everything is correct. You have a input data, you have a prediction model, you have an output data where the predictions will be stored, and that's it. Create recipe. And everyone should land up on a page like this. Anyone who's not getting this, please let me know. Once you click create recipe. And you see, it is asking a very important question. Do you want to keep the same probability threshold as you kept it in the earlier model, which was 0.475? At this stage, you can intervene and you can say, no, I would want to keep a different probability threshold, which is 0.5, let's say, and then continue the prediction. Or you can say, no, I'm happy. Whatever was the probability threshold before, I can continue with the same thing. This is also an analyst decision. Again, if you want some more output explanation, some columns to include, you can check all those options. But basically, I would not change anything and I would just click on run. That means do your job now, take the model, go through all the 400 rows, run it through my model, give me the predictions that I want. And it hardly took 2 seconds to do that. So it would be different what you have changed there. So depending on the new trial that you have selected, in the new trial, it selects that threshold for which it gets the maximum accuracy. So does not matter. And if it has run successfully, you should go back to flow. And now you should see this unknown prep went into the scoring, model went into the scoring and gave you a new data set where all your predictions are actually waiting. Let's see what those predictions are. I can double click. I can move all the way to the end and there you go. These columns never existed in your unknown data. There is a probability 0, there is a probability of 1, and there is a prediction based on the threshold whether each passenger would have survived or not. For all the 418 passengers, you have actually got the prediction. And I'm just
Sir, I
drawing
have
a
a
chart.
question.
Yep, sorry.
Sir, I have a question. Why
Go ahead,
didn't we
please.
use these data splitting recipe
Mhm.
on the new data set? We did it on
Uh,
the previous one.
no, we didn't do it on the new data set. See, so this was the new data set, which was unknown,
Yes.
and we just prepared the data. That's it. No training or testing. Directly went into the model and calculated the predictions. The train test
Okay.
is on the previous one, not on the new one.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes, but why didn't we do it? That's
Which
the
one?
question. The data splitting. We didn't do it in the new data set, in the unknown data set.
Why didn't we do in new data set? Is it?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, because we are not doing machine learning execution here, right? We
yes.
only, the model is already ready with us, and we just want the results based on this data. Was I developing another machine learning model? Then I would do again a test and train and run again a model, check the accuracy. Right now, I have went through that stage. I am confirmed. I'm happy that this is the model which I like, and this is the deployment stage where I would take an unknown data, directly pass it through the model, and get the prediction. So I'm not in the process of creating another machine learning model. I trust the one that I've already built, and I'm running on that. And more
Okay,
importantly, I can't even do that because I don't know. There is no survived variable in the new data. So
I
you
see.
can't do test and train. You can't do machine learning.
Okay, thank
You
you.
can only predict. Good question. Okay. Okay, so guys, I just did a small chart for, and you can compare if you want. So in my case, I got 233 as zero prediction and 185 as one prediction. So I have all the results with me. Okay, so anyone has any questions? Please do let me know. You should have unknown prepared. You should have the final predictions. See the last column, whether you can see the predictions of 0 or 1. Those are all the final predictions that you need. And now everything for the next algorithm that we will do next week is exactly the same. The only thing is, instead of logistic regression, we'll be using another algorithm. I'll tell you what that algorithm is, how it works, and everything else, the process remains exactly the same. Any questions from your end? All good, everyone? Okay, one last piece of information before we end the class is okay. Now, everyone, please pay attention. This question was raised in the other batch. We do have a process for this. Now, what we actually do is Data IQ itself has a wing which is called Data IQ Academy. And there are a lot of certification courses which are available online. You can see there is core designer, there is ML practitioner, ML ops, and all that. Not all of them are relevant to what you are doing in the sense from a business perspective. Some of them are more technical from coding perspective and so on. So what we do as part of the education alliance between Middlesex and Data IQ, we offer a combined certification as well. And please listen to how you can get that certification. Okay. There are two things that you have to do to get a Middlesex Cross Data IQ certification on your journey with AI and business analytics. Okay. Number one, you have to complete two courses online, and I'll tell you which these courses are. So, one is basically core designer, and the second one is ML practitioner. Okay. Now, what happens in these courses? There are self explanatory videos, there are data set, you do the experiments, you complete the quizzes. At the end, there is an examination which you have to attempt. I think the passing percentage is 70 or something, 65 to 70. You can check, they keep on changing. Once you clear the exam, then you get one digital certificate from Data IQ itself. Okay. Similarly, you go to ML practitioner, you complete the course, you complete the videos, you complete the tutorials, everything, and you already have the software access with you. So there's no problem with that. Once you complete, there is an examination for ML practitioner as well. And again, if you score, I think 65 to 70 or higher, which is quite easy because they allow, I think, 2 to 3 retakes. They have some number on that, but just check what the rules are. Once you complete that, you get a digital certificate for ML practitioner also. So you should have 2 certificates with you. The third one is the hackathon of this module. If you complete that hackathon and you have 3 things with you, which means hackathon plus 2 individual certificate, then you get eligible for the overall Data IQ Cross Middlesex certification on business analytics and AI, which I'm not sure, like you will be on campus to receive the physical copy, but at least we can, do the digital copies, and the digital copies will be shared. The last batch, they were on campus, so we could give it to them physically, but I'm not sure what your plans are after the module is done. I don't think you have anything remaining, right? From a teaching perspective. So if you are here, if you can visit the university, we'll keep it in the marketing office. You can collect it from them, but digital certificates will be given, but there will be a form that will be floated after the hackathon. And in that form, you will have to upload your 2 certificates which you got from the online. So you upload your certificate, you tell you have completed ML practitioner, core designer, and then we know you have completed the hackathon. Once you have completed all 3, then we issue an overall certificate, which I think could be very valuable for your CVs. Why this could be very valuable, which I'm not sure if you know already. The region is heavily dominated by Data IQ clients. Okay. Someone was asking this, that, if you're learning this tool, learning this platform, what is the presence of Data IQ in the Middle East? Let me tell you, probably all the big names are already using Data IQ. And, we had actually a session from the Data IQ team here a few months back. And they had given a full list of clients in the UAE alone that are using Data IQ, and probably all the big names that you have heard. Emirates, FAB, all the banking sector, Emirates NPT, the government sector, education sector, oil and gas, ADNOC is a pretty heavy user of Data IQ. So almost all the big names that you are looking at, they are already the clients of Data IQ, which means you are not only positioning yourself as a Data IQ expert, but also positioning yourself as a candidate for these companies that are already using Data IQ within their company for any AI and machine learning related activities. So I think it will be a good value addition, particularly if you're looking for the job here and Europe and other things. In India, not pretty widespread compared to what it is here. But then also the Indian market is expanding with the clients who are actually using Data IQ. So very valuable addition if you're looking for a job here. By the way, Middlesex also has adopted Data IQ for their Gen AI applications. We actually hired 2 students to work on that. And again, in future, if there is any need from students' perspective, I'll always keep you posted. So good opportunity to get those certificates, not a major time investment. I would say probably 2 hours to 2 to 3 hours per course. 3 hours for ML practitioner, 2 hours for your core designer. And since you already know, it's not that you're learning Data IQ for the first time. You already know most of it. You're already comfortable. You just add on few more details with those courses and then get the certificate. You still have time. Don't do it in a rush. Core designer, you can do it now. So you don't need any more knowledge for core designer. For ML practitioner, you still need few more algorithms, which we'll be doing now. So probably after the module is done, all your coursework is done, then you can think of attempting. But if you have time, you can do it in advance as well. Question?
It is free or paid?
Sorry? It's free as part of your education alliance. The only thing is you'll have to sign up with your MDX email ID. I will be posting it on Teams. I'll be also sending an email. I'll be sending you the link where you can register. So as part of the alliance, it is completely free. The only thing is you'll have to use the Middlesex email ID for registration. Any other questions that I can answer? All good?
I have
All
a
right, so we
quick
are
question.
finishing a bit early today. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you all next week, Tuesday. Thank you.
Sir, I have a quick question
Go
regarding
ahead,
this.
please.
Is there a limit on how many attempts we have for this
I'm
certification?
not sure they actually change the limits. I think it is 3 or 4. I'm not sure, but you can check once I share the link. You can just have a look.
Okay, and we're okay to do this post this course as well to get that
Absolutely.
certification.
At least the core designer, you can start now.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Okay. Any other questions from online students?
No, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes,
Sir, I forgot to mark my attendance.
I
Sorry.
will do that now.
Yeah, yeah. I just came back.
Yeah, sure. No problem. Do you want to scan it now?
Yeah, yeah, I can scan it.
Okay, I'll just share the screen. There you go. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I think it is quite good. But again, they are more from the perspective of tools, AI tools like Claude and how to do prompting and all that. I think it's a good addition because you will get to know how to use these tools for agentic AI, workforce optimization, etc., etc. It's a good knowledge to have. But again, more from a tools using perspective. But it's quite well received. I've seen them here, all on campus, all on campus. So you can enroll if you wish to. Yeah. All right. Thank you. See you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Alicia. See you.